And hello and welcome, pool fans from all around the world. Thank you for allowing us onto your laptops, phones, homes. We have 7 days in Indonesia with 3 world titles, $615,000 in prize money, the women's world 10 ball, the men's world 8 ball, and this, the first time men's doubles world championship. This is a second round loss match between Vietnam and Chinese Taipei. The loser will go home. The winner moves into the loser qualification, then the semifinals later on. And this is George Teachea with Tim de Reuter bringing you the live action from Bali, Indonesia. Welcome. That is your Chinese Taipei team. That is Wu Kun Lin, and that, of course, is Phong Nam Pham from Vietnam. His partner in crime is Chia Chen Se. And Tim, tell us about these players.
Well, we have a very good match on our hands here. I mean, very capable players, and I think we're very lucky to start off the day with this match. Gotta say, I have not seen extremely much from Chia Chen overall in the years, but got to see him play here and there, and always a pretty smooth player. So I think the Chinese Taipei team, and they have 2 really smooth cueists on the team, will be difficult to beat.
They will be, and so will the Vietnamese team. The Vietnamese team, we did their match last night, Tim, if you recall, and it went to a shootout. But that match could have gone either way between Indonesia and Vietnam. But they took it, and they are here now. And we saw a lot of this last night from the Vietnamese team. That was Van Dang Nguyen and Phong Nam Pham from Vietnam. Wu is an 822 Fargo and is rated number 3 in the world by the WPA. He is one of these players that's always hanging around in the semifinals, in the quarterfinals, in the final 16, but doesn't seem to just break the ice and win big tournaments. Always at the top, though. Chia Chen's along the same lines.
I've just seen a great jump bank on the 1 ball, including somewhat of a shape. Yeah, it was a tricky shot if you look at how he had to run the cue ball around the 5. And still, we've got the 4-8, which is not laying ideal either. For a second looked like he was going to be behind the 5, but he does have something. And play for safety behind the 6, George?
With his 3 ball?
Yeah, I'm not.
Yeah, but
I don't think it does go to the left center.
He could bank it up and stop the cue ball on the 6. Just doesn't want to catch the 5. He's going to go further up and make it harder to hit.
Well, and I don't think, the jump to make a hit on the 3 ball is there, but it's not going to make the 8. So how is he going to bring the cue ball all the way back down table?
Well, these are 2 out of 3. Races to 4. If they are tied in the third and deciding set, you get the shootout. course, it's 10 ball, 3 foul rule, 30-second time clock. And there's your hit. Is he always going to catch the 6 ball? He was finding cover behind the 1 and 4. And Nam Pham, 765 Fargo. His partner in the chair is a 790. Nam Pham is 34 years of age. The Vietnamese team lost to Peru in their opening match and then defeated Indonesia, so they find themselves here in this loser round 2. And this to get into the loser qualification. And then the quarterfinals. The quarterfinals is where the money is. $10,000 to get there. It'll be the final 8, and it'll go from a 2 out of 3 match to a 3 out of 5 match. Races to 4. So it extends the race for the final 8 teams left, and it pays $10,000.
Well, that's definitely a great start, as the 8 ball, the World 8 Ball Championship, will follow after this tournament. So to start your trip with 5,000 each also settles you down for the rest of the trip. So definitely something to play for.
Yeah, you make expenses, maybe. But the federations send a lot of these players here, so some of those are covered. And these players are here at the choice of the federations, their WPA ranking, some promoter influence, a little bit of everything. As I was checking the WPA rankings, for this World 8-Ball Championship, I think we have the top 20 in the world here under the WPA ranking. If we don't, we're missing 1 or 2, and that's it. Another jump shot. He made a good one on the 1 ball.
Well, not this time. And believe it or not, this is really not that horrible. Sure, he's left a shot on the 4, and it's something Dang will have to go for. But as you can see, the cue ball married to the short ball.
Great opening there. In their match last night against Indonesia, their opening set, both teams looked absolutely powerful and, so precise, position play, everything. They looked great. And then towards the end of the match, there was mistakes, and either team could have won that. But keep in mind that was a late match, and they'd been here all day playing, so it can wear on you. Whoever says pool isn't wearing, you try playing three-hour matches in one day and see how you feel. It'll wear on you.
Well, Biggest opportunity for Vietnam to take the opening rack.
And this is how they were looking yesterday. This men's doubles will be played. The loser qualification up right after this match, and then the quarterfinals at 5 p.m. But the semis will be tomorrow at 1 p.m. and the final at 6 p.m. So it's all over by tomorrow evening. And one team will be crowned the first world doubles champion. Vietnam takes the opening game.
Quite some
Go ahead, Tim.
interesting shots this rack. Not the easiest starter for both. Quite some safety play. Chinese Taipei coming up with the jump straight back early in the rack, but did not manage to win that opening rack. Now the initiative with Vietnam breaking off in the second.
Nice bump on the 7 there to pocket it in the corner. Open shot on the 1.
Well, this is quite a cut. I'm not sure. I might not be shooting this top right corner in that view. In this case, the top
You
left
like that
is tough,
safety?
and to get on the 2. Yes, cue ball under the 2 and the 3 ball.
Sure, come right between the 5 and the 8 and get underneath the 2-3. That leads pretty nice.
Ooh,
Kinda
this
like
looks
that.
good too.
Yeah.
Oh, nice shot. Look at that cue ball.
One ball on the pocket.
Good hit. He's going to find cover. Found cover, but it left an easy kick. Little window there between the 1 and the 6. I'm sorry, between the 5 and the 6.
Extension.
Well, the thing is, you will be kicking from the bottom short rail into the 1. Still have to catch the rail after contact, of course. Most likely, from this angle, is going to hit the left side of the 1. So you could send the 1 maybe towards the 6 and the cue ball near the 10.
I'd be trying to hit the right side of it, Tim, to maybe hold it behind the 5-6. So I'd be using some hold 'em up English, kind of like that. He made the
Look
ball
at this.
and and called it.
Wow. He's on the
That's
2
one of
ball
those
as well.
just in case calls.
Oh, he did hold the ball nicely on the kick. Now How is that 3-ball moving? Yeah, coming out of the gate strong, Vietnam. Didn't really look so great for me overall, the layout. But now one more good positional shot to get on the 4. It might be all up for grabs.
This got a little tough unnecessarily. I thought he would just stop it or bring it back just a little bit and play the 6-ball to the same pocket.
Yeah, really tested
He could,
his speed control. Played a good 6-ball there. Nice cue ball control, not to run into 10 or the scratch, of course. Could have been worse.
this needs some legs. Didn't get him.
9 ball, side pocket.
Well, there's always a cut, but this, yeah, I'm not a huge fan. So he's looking to
He's playing.
nick the 9 on the right. Cue ball behind the 10. Oh, that looks to be too pacey. I might like the cut on this.
9 ball, corner pocket. Extension.
Missed it on the pro side. Do you go for this, Tim? Or do you play the safety behind the 10 with the cue ball and try to go 3 rails?
I think I would play safe. I mean, the only good news is the fact that the distance to the 9 much could go straight back in the bottom right. The bank shot.
9 ball, corner pocket.
See, that's the only problem with the safety. These guys are good with the jump cue, and you probably would not be up against the 10. It
Not
worked
this
out
time,
for him
George.
very well. Yeah, worked out great. Safeties work.
10 ball on the pocket.
And 2-0, Vietnam. Your referee is Yuxin Shao. She's from China, and she goes by Coco. Rack number 3. We had a New York Yankees fan there in the background. Six ball. He might have a shot on this one. He might have a window between the 3-9. Good camera work there. Fast to respond.
I think that cue ball might have stopped just in time.
Extension.
I think he could still play with low left, right? Into the top short rail and out. Shouldn't be
Sure.
getting too close to the corner.
Should work. He might even go 2 rails and get behind a 3. Play the right there just like this and get by it. Oh, does it get by it? Yes, perfect. Yeah, Gwynn's been coming with some pretty high level shots. At a 790 Fargo, you know, he's in the top 100 in the world. And Fong is, of course, just out of it.
Uh-oh, that might be trouble.
Five ball on the pocket.
Here come the jump stick. Everyone carries a jump stick nowadays. It's 3 cues. A break cue, a playing cue, and a jump cue. And oh darn cue. When you get a roll like that, you just,
On the pocket.
not very happy. He can see an edge.
Oh, what a shot. He's just played there. Imagine big trouble. At first the jump, then this cut. Still managing to stay alive in this rack. Now this tricky cut on the 8. Down the rail.
From one good cut to that one there. And here comes the Chinese Taipei. Wu Kunlin. You like to get straight in on this 9-ball and just draw it straight back? It's going to be nice and close. Just like that. That's perfect. Just draw back 2 feet and you're good. Maybe 3.
10 ball from the pocket.
And the lead cut in half. The ladies start their quest for a World 10-Ball Championship. Christina Tkach, the defending champion, is here. Cho Che-yu is here. Previous champion. They start today. The men will begin their World 8-Ball quest tomorrow.
Yeah, a little bit of a gift to Chinese Taipei there. Just what they needed. Feel like really been go for this winning set.
There's 4 matches going on here in this loser round 2. And the winner of those 4 matches will meet one of 4 teams: Estonia, USA, Czech Republic, or Albania in the loser qualification. And waiting for the winner of those matches are 4 teams in the quarterfinals: Peru, Canada, Hong Kong, and Poland. And 4th game in this match. Ooh, to break.
Yeah, try break and look at what they have given Team Vietnam. Shape on the 1, 2-ball near. This is an open rack. Another chance to get on the hill first. Now, I wouldn't say there's too much difficulties. You can go around the 10-7 now, 2 rails to the 3-ball. Basically anything on the 4 brings you on the 5. The 6 is near. It's just a slight bit of traveling.
Yeah, he says he wants him to hit the 6-ball with the cue ball and stop it right there.
I don't really think he has to. Yeah.
I just found it funny that he pointed right where he wanted. He hit this ball. And you're right, he didn't really have to. He could just slow roll it as he did. Well, something tells me that Gwyn is a perfectionist, as he wanted the ball just a little bit over. But with an object ball that close to the pocket, you can cheat it to get the angle you want. It's no biggie.
Yeah, not too much actually to add to their run out. Playing themselves in good angles. Always looks easy, of course. High quality from Vietnam so far. And the 10 ball to get on the hill first in the opening set.
And down goes the 10 ball for the 3-1 lead. One rack away from winning the first set. Sponsors for these tournaments are Yalin, Box Billiards, Predator, Kamui, Ven Billiards, Isak Billiards, WPA, and Little Monster. There's a lot going on in the world of pool. As we watch the rerun or replay of that rack, we've got some more pool being played in Spain coming up. In Gandia, Valencia, November 25th through the 2nd, December 2nd, with Little Monster International Open, men's and women's, mixed doubles, and also the juniors 10-ball world championships. Nine balls down. Not sure if the one ball goes by the 6 for the corner. If it doesn't, I think the cue ball will be on top of the 6. It's going to be tough. What do you like here, Tim? You like playing the safety here, or do you want to try to... I don't think you can do anything offensively.
Well, could play a carom into the 7. cannot expect them to shoot the 1-6 combination. Looks a little bit tricky off angle. Is he pushing the 1 on top of the 8 and the cue ball near the 7 maybe? Oh, this is most likely going to be trouble for Vietnam.
It
How
sure
is that
is.
cue ball not going to end behind the 8?
The shot clock might have pushed him along on that shot. Yeah, Wu is very, very deadly with safes like that. Off the head rail. You have to go 3 rails off the head rail, right? Yeah, from there. Hit right just below the
Yes.
side pocket. Yeah, just below the side pocket gets him there.
Well, definitely could make the 7. Is he going straight at it?
He's going 2 rails to the 1.
Oh,
He goes between the 1 and the 10. I'll give him 10. I'll give him 20 tries to do that again. He'll hit it 18 times. But to go between
well,
those 2 balls is just amazing.
it's such a big ball too. If you, as long as you
Yeah.
hit the bottom short rail, it's kind of fascinating how he's missed the 1. Not in a bad way,
That's why
but
I'm laughing.
wow.
Yeah. You've got to laugh. It was just, like I said, it's probably, he could shoot it 20 times and not do that again. He would hit the ball most of the time. You're going to go for the combo on this 3-6. This is a high percentage. This is a good shot here. This will win him the rack.
Well, a little
Check
bit
this
more
with a
cut
little
on the
inside.
3-ball.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of free to run into the 4.
Sure.
The only thing that really could go wrong in that position is to get well straight on the 4, which I think there is a slight angle, could go forward. There is slight angle to move the cue ball still, so all good.
The biggest to do here is to go from the 8 to the 10. These two are rather simple. Telling his partner where he wants the cue ball. He wants it straight in to come straight back. I just got to look at the table for the Chinese Taipei team. They have 4 bottles of water. They're prepared for war for a 3-hour match.
10 ball corner pocket.
That's actually rather smart. Well, Chinese Taipei is not done yet. They will be breaking to tie things up in this first set.
Yeah, the one thing that hasn't really been successful yet for Taipei, I feel like, is the break. But that usually comes in spurts too. Maybe they can make a ball this time.
One ball corner pocket.
And then again, another dry break, and well, it's a long one ball, but the two ball seems to be in a good position. So it's just all about making the one ball, I feel like, on this.
I
Do you not
agree. I
just play
just don't like where
forward?
that pocket looks big, Tim. He wants to put a little bit of check on the ball so it doesn't go right at the pocket, the corner pocket on the right. See how he wants to get down on it a little bit? The tangent line looks like it goes right at the pocket. To me, anyway. That worked. And just 3 ball. He'll go by the 4 and play the 3 ball to the left-hand side, I'm thinking. I thought he would be on the other side to play it to the left-hand side. I guess this goes. Can't tell from here.
It didn't
Yeah, it
really
does.
look like it, but it does go,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, now it does. Wants just a little angle on this 6 ball to get over for the 7 for the same pocket as the 6.
Did he still land to where he can go 2 rails forward, or if he's straight, would not be ideal actually to get to the 8.
I think he's got a little bit of angle, Tim, to go to the left side towards the side pocket to give himself an angle for the long rail and come back 2 rails for the 9. He can just right there. And he can just draw this straight back between the 9 and the 10. Sure looks like it.
Yeah,
He's got to get to the bottom rail.
Depending on the angle, indeed. I think he might be able to draw to the left side of the 10 also. But it also depends on how much they play the 8 in the left or the right side of the corner pocket.
He went to the outside. He did not want to go by that 10. These 2 balls will win him the first set. Uh-oh.
Oh, this could be trouble. It is trouble.
Oh, he's close enough to do some
Safety battle
damage
coming
here.
up.
Yeah, that cue ball is going to be right where his chalk is on the head rail.
Problem is, needs the cue ball to get as close as possible to the rail. Any distance you leave it off the rail, most of the time players are going to go for the straight back. I kind of like his
This is a very
chances.
makeable shot. I do too, Tim. This is a shot that you don't want to leave. You want the cue ball against that rail. But he tried. Just didn't quite get there.
Yeah, this probably with some pocket speed, making the bank easier. Still yet, not a guaranteed. Oh, he ginned it. Beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
So that brings us the first hill set of the day. 3 each, breaking to, in my opinion, steal the set from Vietnam. Vietnam breaking well, playing well, but not finishing out the 2 games now.
Yeah, both teams kind of had a chance at that game there. But leaving that straight back, I don't know. I wouldn't mind shooting that ball, and I know you wouldn't. But if it's against the rail, now you're really in trouble. Makes all the difference in the world. 1 game for the first set. Balls are still flying around the table and nothing's down. Vietnam with the first opportunity to lock up a safety and try to get that ball in hand.
Well, are they able to skim off this 1 ball, George, and bring it all the way to the bottom side of the 10?
You know, I kind of like elevating a little bit and going 2 rails towards the 10 ball with the 1 and the cue ball behind the 6. Just like, I think that's what he's doing. No, he's going to do it this way. He's good shot. But I kind of like
Yeah, always
4 or 5 shots there.
tricky on the base, that shot, but well, and you're not getting that much distance, so it's easier for Chinese Taipei to make a good hit.
Extensions.
He's made a good safety there. I think he can go by the 7 to the rail and kick it to 1. But the 1 ball is going to open area. So it's going to have to go back towards the wall of balls on the right. Look at this. It's going to work.
A little jelly.
That's a Sunday morning breakfast roll right out of the bakery.
Oh, you're making me hungry.
And with jelly. How's that?
Well, still able to send the 1 towards the 3 ball. Got it slightly fuller. Still, overall, the 2 ball not so easy to get on. The 8 plays pretty big.
Well, Taipei with the opening shot here.
Well, let's see. Probably we'll have to go 1 rail. Catch the bottom side of the 1 in this view. Sending the 1 into the 6 and the cue ball could go near the 7.
Extension.
It looks like he can hit just before the side, right at the side pocket, and catch a piece of that 1, putting it into the 6. And the cue ball goes up towards the 7. With a good speed, he might get behind the 7. Well, not quite.
But of course, he did call that 6 ball just to make sure
1 ball side.
that they wouldn't lose the inning. I mean, this is a pretty decent safety opportunity too. Unless, well, he's called the bank. I thought it might have been looking a little wide for the bank.
I think he just called in it just in case. He's 2 railing the ball beneath the 5 and the 2.
No, he
Nope,
went
he
all
was calling
in.
the bank. Yes, he did. I thought that was a little long. Yeah. He held it up good.
Yeah, still, I mean, the leave is definitely works for trying all in on the bank. Stop. The kibble behind the 5. No, behind the 2. Played it well. I actually thought the 1 was going to move slightly more, but he played it real thin. Now, of course, for both teams, the more safety play we get in this rack, the more the nerves are going to rise because both teams are going to realize how close they are to winning the set.
One ball, corner pocket. pocket.
It's going to be up against the 3-ball here.
Yeah, best thing he could have played. Now, I'm assuming there's not a 2-3 combination lining up. Would be unlucky to play the safe and then leave like a high percentage to make the ball and run out.
Yeah, but it looks like the 9-ball has the 3-ball covered. That's a good shot. The 2-ball does not go by the 4. He may be able to play it to the left-hand corner pocket up by the 7 and bring the cue ball beneath the 3-9. Oh, he's going to cut it and try to get behind the 7. He'll do this too. He's very good at these shots. This lays nice now that I look at it. Oh, I think he might have got him.
I think so too.
Yeah. I didn't even look at that. That was a good safety.
Corner pocket.
Well, he has called it to the corner, so maybe with a little bit of curve, a little bit of a massé. Sure would have liked to nestle up behind the 7-ball. Kunlin. Oh, he's overdone it.
Yeah. And the only good thing is you put the 10-ball in a little bit of a tough place. Not even really. There's nothing good about that shot. I can't find anything positive about it. He had to make a hit and maybe get a roll.
So now it's a chance to close it out. Close out the opening set for this match. This is a do or die match. One lost side trying to keep the hopes alive in the tournament in the World Championship men's doubles.
Well, they're not out. I mean, the winner of this, like I said, goes into the loser qualification. So they have to play that match and then one match, and then you're in the money. You just win one more match after this one. Of course, you're not thinking that way. You're thinking to go all the way. But I'd like my chances. I'd rather be here than out already. Although they're in Bali, so there's a lot of things to do over there. There's a lot of beach, there's a lot of jungle, there's a lot of great stuff. Staying at a 5-star resort. A lot of distractions.
Yeah, working the cue ball nicely. 2-row shape on the 9. don't think they can really land wrong on this 9 ball. Any angle will either get them to the
Yeah.
bottom side of the 10 to play the 10 in the top left, or the top side to play the 10 in the bottom left.
Yep. Just don't leave it on the rail. There it is.
Ten ball on the pocket.
And this is a huge steal for Chinese Taipei on the 10. They were down 3-1. Came back.
Timeout.
And have now stolen the opening set.
Yeah,
Just
Vietnam
curious to
now
see.
knows. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Well, curious to see if Vietnam chooses to take the break, take the timeout, because they were playing well,
No.
so they don't really necessarily have to.
Well, I will say one thing about Vietnam. Now they know what it feels like to get your pocket picked. Because they did steal that game, that match. Sorry, that set. And there's some stats for you to take a look at. Time at the table was Vietnam was 63% and at a higher overall performance of 870 compared to close to 700 for Chinese Taipei. Their break success was much higher than Taipei's. They got a shot after the break 100% of the time. They pocketed twice as many balls. Both teams missed 2 balls. Safety efficiency again went to Vietnam. So you can see how they just made the right mistakes to give up some games. And Chinese Taipei took full advantage and won set number 1. It's 2 out of 3. And these short races make this so quick to come back. You know, one of the things I like about these short races, especially when you start going to the 3 out of 5, even at 2 out of 3, it's good. But 3 out of 5, you have two hill matches, actually 3. And of course, if on the third and deciding set, actually 4 hill matches actually, in racing to 4. And it's not just that one hill, so there's a little more pressure and a little more, I guess, excitement to be had during the match than just a long race. And when you're going 3 out of 5 sets, you are now looking at, let's see, 7. It's 7 games per set, so there'll be 4 sets. That's 28 games, possible games to be played, and then 6 more in the last set. That's 34 games of 10 ball before it'll go to a shootout. So you've got plenty of time to make it up, but yet it has to be timely, if you get what I mean. But we'll be right back when the players get back. This is George Tejea and Tim de Ruyter taking a little break, and we'll be back in a couple.
King.
And here we go. They alternate break for the sets. It's winner break during the set. Goes to 7. Is he going to make it? It's got a good line for the pocket. No speed. And Vietnam has opened up with a break that leaves a wide open table.
Well, a little bit of work still to do. Has to land perfect on the 2 to follow up for the 3 ball. Then the 6 ball. That's a combination on the 7 where it's nice if you're like kind of straight on it, but if you leave yourself some angle, might be tough, might be missable. So a couple banana skins on the road.
Probably
looks
play
like-
this 5 ball. Go ahead, Tim. Looks like.
Well, it looks like the 5 does go to the side if they are pointing at just floating the 4 ball in. Didn't really look like it to me, but
Yeah, then they want to get good on this 6-7 combo.
On 5 ball side pocket.
but with being so straight on the 5 to the side, should say the odds are quite high to get, well, as great as possible on the combination 6-7.
Seven ball corner pocket.
I like this cue ball coming away from the rail. I like, playing the 6-7 and the cue ball into the rail and back out in case the 6 ball drops over to the bottom rail. Missed it. Oh boy. Big opportunity for a table run there and take the first game. Instead, it's handed right back.
7 ball corner pocket.
And that's a good example of how not every combination, they're all a little tough. They can go wrong, regardless of how easy they look.
Yeah, so first chance for Vietnam to the table in the second set, and this is a must-win set for them. Can't afford to lose another one.
Well, Vietnam did win the first 2 games of the first set. Then Taipei won one, Vietnam won the other, and then Taipei rattled off 3 in a row to steal the set. But en route, Vietnam gave them a couple of games there, remember?
10 ball
In fact, you mentioned that was a gift from Vietnam.
Yeah, Yeah, they had two chances, one to get on the hill earlier and one to close out the set, and they didn't. So you could say Vietnam is playing well overall in this match, but yet still finding themselves down.
Well, sure. In fact, the stats that the pool stat guy put up for us, Vietnam led in every one of the stats. Twice as much, twice the balls made, better safety efficiencies, better break success. They just missed at the wrong times and gave up gifts, is what the stats told me. One of the good things about having that stat information is, you can kind of see where you faltered and what you did well during the match. And since they have stats for each set, you can see it right along. 9 ball, no. 2 ball, no. 1 ball, no. And again, the break is killing these guys.
Well, I have to say, yesterday I've seen the players make a lot of balls on the break overall. Hopefully, this is not some kind of a trend for us, because we definitely would like to see some break and run action too.
Well, you love seeing the offense. It's very exciting to watch good offense and good defense. I mean, heck, we saw a good jump bank earlier. We saw a nice safety off of a 1 ball, a kick shot on a 1 ball, and a cut on a 7 ball for highlight reel shots.
Well, the straight back on the 10.
Yeah.
That was
Straight
huge.
back on the 10.
Well, that has worked out. I think the 3-9 might not go
9 ball corner pocket.
the clean way. Maybe it has to go long rail first, bank it into the 9. But still, the 6 and the 8. I don't think the 6 would go in the top corner. Well, things really not getting any easier. Cue ball on the rail now a couple times. I think he will have to play this 4 ball very soft. Has to baby it in to leave himself an angle on the 5 to do something with the green 6. And babying this 4 ball, George, I think
Ball corner
makes it
pocket.
quite scary. That's why he's chosen to play to the top corner.
And plus, these side pockets play pretty tough. It looks like he may be able to go 3 cushions here to follow it and come around for the 6. In fact, he's better off going 5. Yeah, going up to this. Yeah, I like that. And it lays nice. As long as he doesn't go too deep and have that side pocket come into play on the left. These are shots that your good carom players play all the time. Not hard enough. Or is he playing position and not breaking out? He's playing position, not breaking it out. What a perfect shot. Either way, if it goes or not, he's going to have a great safety.
Yeah, I cannot imagine him going for it. As you can see, stop shot behind the 8. Tightening the screws on Vietnam. Well, probably will have to kick and try to make it in the center. 1 rail. If you go for a full hit, I would say you're already quite close.
Yeah, 1 rail kick. When you're close to the rail like this, it's harder to really see the angle, isn't it, Tim? It is for me. I imagine it is for most players. And it was for him, too.
Foul.
Well, we all know, if you look at the new equipment, we know that that ball is most likely going to slide long. Definitely one of the trickier kick shots to play at that pace.
And it is harder to hit balls out in the middle of the table than on kick shots like that than it is when they're close to a rail. As you mentioned earlier during one of the shots, you said it's a big ball, and the big ball was the proximity to the rail.
Well, slightly longer on this 8. Oh,
Shot
he's
clock.
got no
He's thinking
extension.
about it now.
10 ball corner pocket.
Still excellent cueing. But gotta watch the time a bit. Called the extension, which they did not have anymore.
I couldn't see what the problem was. He was just uncomfortable with the shot, or it was pretty straightforward.
Yeah, but maybe he was also trying to make sure he aligns well. Well, just trying to put in a good stroke and then running out of time.
Well, they are tied at 1. This is a set they can close the match out with since they won the first set. So the ball's in their court.
Well, I have to say, overall, I have a feeling that this match could be a little tighter than we think. Of course, Taipei had the first chance in the second set, missing the combination. Now tying up the score, but there could be another tail to this story. Oh, this is tough.
What do
Look at
you?
how close he is to the
Yeah.
rail.
What would you do with? Look at this. He got another little jelly roll. Out comes the jump cue.
Oh, it's not too bad either. The only thing
Yeah.
that is coming up is the cue ball right behind the 10. Kind of lays natural for it.
Well, you got to be careful, Tim. I think Wu heard you. Uh-oh. It snuck out. How do you like going off the one ball to the head rail and coming back into the 5?
The only scare I have is to maybe leave the 1 in front of the side pocket. Like, how much is the 1 ball going to move? That's my biggest worry
It's going to
on
be
that
real
safety
thin.
shot.
It's going to be real thin. And if your speed's good enough to hit that 5 ball, you're gonna have cover behind the 7. You want to just barely tap the 5. You want to lay it in there. That's what you want. It's a nice little pocket right there. He could also go behind the 6.
Well, the good news playing behind the 6 is the fact that he was most likely not going to leave much on this 1 ball. Most of the time was going to be blocked by the 10.
Exactly. That's twice they tried to get behind the 10, and twice it leaked out a little bit. Rail first here. Just nibble it and come over by the 9. That's a great shot.
Good shot.
I think he hit that one with a sushi knife. Sliced it.
Still quite a big ball to hit. Don't think this rack is far from over. Oh, just barely missed it. He was even trying to play and nick that 1 ball, George. I was thinking
Yeah.
maybe to put a little bit more pace on it.
No, he was playing it to get a safety out of it. Just leave the 1 ball there against the 5. It's going to be trouble for Vietnam. This ball's going to be right up against the 7. And the 1 ball might go up in the left-hand corner.
Well, the only thing is, Wu did leave that kick over the right long rail So there is a possibility to make a hit and could even go 2 rails coming from the back into the one.
Decent result. 3 balls to get behind.
I was surprised to see Chinese Taipei not taking on the 1-5 combination and then the 2-6 combination after. I thought the run out was available. But back to playing safeties.
That's one thing they've both done very well. And so have the Vietnamese. They've hit a ball with speed and lined it up in the straight line with a cue ball and object ball in between. It's about third or fourth time I've seen them do that. Hello, 6 ball.
Well, Chia left Vietnam a little edge to work with, and they have done perfectly. Look at that cue ball.
Foul.
Oh. This has been a good match. They've had a lot of safety battles, a lot of strategic moving, some really good shots.
Well, I have to say though that safety earlier on behind the 6 has pushed the combination off angle, and what has he done there? Oh no. That is quite the shock, actually, the shot he just played, and now kicking into this 2 ball, probably soft. If you kick with more pace, you're gonna leave the 2 in the open. Perfect. Beautiful shot there from Dang.
Very little space to work with. This looks good. He's looking to get behind the 4. Two balls not froze. It doesn't look to be froze.
Yeah, can play the double kiss behind the 6. Yeah, just like that. Nice shot too. Good return. It's always difficult to get these fully hooked though, these shots, but overall still need good control. So easy to catch it full and sell out.
Another soft one, Tim? Or is he going to come around the table with the cue ball?
Yeah, another soft one, and always have to be careful with judging these kind of shots too. So easy to leak the two ball out on the right side, for example, for your opponent to have the easy stop shot save. Is he still able to catch a piece?
It looks like it is. Yeah. No, he caught the 6.
No. Still, it's not horrible. I mean, it's not an instant loss for the rack. But it gives Vietnam a slight advantage with the ball in hand.
I think he can fit the ball between the rail and the 6.
Yeah, I think so too. Kind of left the door a bit open for Chinese Taipei to play a good shot. Wasn't expecting to see that 6 ball move so much.
Extension. Five ball, corner pocket.
Whoa. Is it just in case? Oh, he's going rail first. Yeah.
Well, the 2 could go safe. Catching the 5. This might be on. And if you cut this in and run the cue ball slightly off the 5, you might be on the 3 ball too. Well, first you should.
Two ball, corner pocket.
Yeah, he's playing safe. So might not have enough actually. Might have the 4 still in between. Oh, and
And
there's that
then
chance.
again, just going to play a stop shot, take the 4 ball to the same pocket.
Well, I have to say the
Wild.
momentum with Chinese Taipei a bit. But they really have to fight for it though. It's not like it's coming in easy. Oh, and he's missed the 4.
Ow. All the work they did with the safety battle, and they won it out, and then to miss a shot like that.
Foul.
I don't know what to say now, Tim.
Oh, me neither. I don't know what is happening in this match, but from both sides playing so well to now shocking
To those
stuff.
2 shots. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we saw some high quality maneuvering. And then once they got maneuvered, they took the eye off the ball and fumbled. Both of them. Ouch. Doesn't happen very often, but it does happen. And we just saw it. And you mentioned momentum. It looks like it's Mo's their friend right now.
Yeah, slight stun from 9 to 10 to take the lead in the second set. 2 games away
10 ball corner
from a
pocket.
straight sets victory. Yeah, putting Vietnam a little bit in a place. Obviously, they're going to be bummed to not win that rack, but also slightly could be on their mind the fact that things are not looking too great and they might have to leave the tournament soon.
Well, they're not going to go far because they're both in the World 8-Ball Championship coming up starting tomorrow. And there's a good view of the rest of the venue, and the tables all lined up. Looks like a pool hall, doesn't it, Tim?
Yeah.
With the all lined up.
Yeah, another great venue by the Pro Billiard series. Also, I hear a lot of good things from the players there. See a lot of videos, players sharing with their fans, with their connections, how the venue is looking, how great it's looking. Of course, these LED panels, they always look so great too. These fancy designs. Everybody's well sounding like they have a great time at the moment. Then again, how would you not have a great time? You're in Bali.
Yeah, exactly. Little story for you, Tim. My daughter and her husband are in Indonesia. They're just north of Bali in the jungle. The last couple days, they sent home pictures of all the kids, all my grandkids on elephants, holding monkeys. So they're having a great time in the water and out. And everybody there is right on the beach. And Bali is one of the great tourist locations, destinations.
Yeah, I would say with that much space in the center of the table shouldn't be the most difficult run out, but to get nicely near the 5 would be nice. I mean, if you get too much angle, it's a shot you see being missed quite often. So he's definitely going to try and put Kunlin straight-ish on this 5. Doesn't have to be all the way straight, but kind of close to it.
Yeah, you won't have to do too much from the 5 to the 6. Nothing like perfect.
Yeah, what a chance to get on the double hill. Gotta say, Vietnam playing slightly less well as they did in the opening set. They did miss 2 balls now. Not saying they were easy, more saying things can go fast in a race to 4 if you start to miss a couple balls.
Yeah, it gets away real fast, doesn't it? Well, in this loser round, Greece has defeated Iraq. And Netherlands and Finland are tied 1 set apiece. Spain leads
Still
1 set over Austria, but
trying
down
not to,
3-1 in the
still
second
trying
set.
not to be biased. Go Netherlands.
I can't blame you for rooting for your home country. So actually, it'll be Greece versus the USA in the loser qualification.
Which is interesting. We've seen, of course, what is it, maybe 2 weeks ago, we've seen Alex Kazakis beat Shane Van Boening in the semifinal of the World 10 Ball Championship. And now they're facing
And what a match
again
that
in this
was.
doubles.
Yeah, will Kazakis become SVB's nemesis? And they
Sure.
do take a 3-1 lead.
I would definitely say it's 2 completely different styles of play. So it most definitely could be.
Well, these two that are at the replay table right now need one more game to move into that loser qualification and meet one of 3 teams: Estonia, Czech Republic, or Albania. I will say Albania looked very tough on their opening match. I got to commentate that, and the Kachis just looked unbeatable. But they were beaten. They were beaten by Hong Kong, 2-1.
Well, as you can see, Chechen lining up to cut this in. This could be the chance to close it all out. Just the shape, maybe from the 3 to the 4. Could be tricky, but with plenty of angle on the 3, quite alright to cross over. I think he is gonna get that angle. Key shot coming up, George. This might be it.
Extension.
Does he Does he try to slow this down so that it just barely gets by the 4 and he's got a good shot, or does he come all the way down and back up towards the ball? He can hold it, I believe. He likes to slow roll these. He kills the ball real well, too. Held it too much.
Just gonna make sure not to be behind the 8. Yeah,
He's
perfect.
absolutely
7-8.
perfect, Tim.
Just a little bit of movement from 8 to 9, but overall, I have to say this is such a nice layout to close out the match. Oh,
I want to see
wondering,
that
was
again.
that really needed?
Oh, wow. No, not at all. He just come off the rail a hair. And you
Any
had the
angle
nice
really
angle
would
on
have
the
worked,
7. Yeah. Oh, wow. I want to see a replay. I guess I'll have to wait till the end of the rack.
Yeah,
They
huge
can't believe it.
mistake.
Well, just don't touch the 7 ball. That's all you need. That's it. One error. Was it this team? It was the Indonesian team playing Vietnam that had a foul on the break
Yeah.
because they put the cue ball over the line.
Well,
And
that
it
was
ended up costing him
Indonesia.
the match. Yeah, Indonesia is who it was.
Yeah.
They were playing Vietnam. And that's how Vietnam was able to win the set and win the match. Actually, that's how they got in. Did they go to a shootout? Yeah, they went into a shootout. And that's how they got to win the third game. A shootout, yeah.
Or because of the foul on the break, they went to a shootout, and then they lost the shootout. I'm sure they were sick. Right
oh
after.
My, they're still sick.
Well, also, I was just gonna say, imagine Vietnam coming back in this set, winning this set, and then winning the next one. Can you imagine what that would do to Wook and Lin?
Oh boy. He's going to dream about that 6 ball if they lose this set.
Ball, corner pocket.
Well, I think a lot is going to depend on the next break. If Vietnam manages to make a ball on the break in shape, they can make this another hill set. Could also easily give the initiative back to Chinese Taipei, so the break will be very important.
Look how strong they shoot these last 3 balls, and to miss this ball right here. Oh my.
Yeah, I guess he was so trying to get the cue ball out of the rail that he overcut the ball slightly.
Well, I will say, I don't think there's a pool player that can sit there and say, I've never done that. We've all done it. But what an inopportune time.
So.
Yeah.
Well, still sticking with that center table break. It's not so usual anymore in this format. Oh, look at that cue ball.
Four railer.
Right.
Is the four ball in? Oh, no. Ah.
Oh, and now can bank the one ball, can bank it just next to the three ball, and the cue ball 2 rails behind the 9. Won't be able to freeze it, but could definitely use the cover. Expecting him to bank it over down table. I mean, usually if you play the long rail to long rail safety, you don't have that distance that much. Or can he bank the one?
He can bank it right at the three ball.
Well,
Might have given up an edge. I don't know. That's an awfully good shot. He did give up an edge. It's going to get behind the 9. Hello, jump cue.
One ball, corner pocket.
Jump cue with a stop shot. I think he executes this and stops the cue ball for the 2. Or not.
close, needs a bit of a roll. Does set 7 come into play? I don't think so. Chance for Vietnam to make this another hill set.
Nice angle to go to the 3. Just has to avoid the 4 ball here.
Well, might be able to play in between the 8 and the 10.
Extension.
Not too sure going forward. Four does play pretty big, but played it well. Now had to travel from 2 to the 3, but later on, from the 5 to the 6 is another shot too. Could go wrong.
No. No. Oh, my. This is the kind of stuff you see in the pool hall. Not at this level.
Five ball, corner pocket.
He's going to... Wow. Rail first. Oh, what a shot. Hello.
Yeah, and cue ball staying on the table. They have at least a view on the 6. because they could have been hooked behind the 7-9. But what to play? It's not easy at all. The only thing I can imagine is banking the 6 straight over to the top short rail. Difficult on the base.
Six ball corner pocket. Extension.
Wasn't the easiest shot, but
Oh,
also I feel like it didn't really threaten the corner that much. Now,
he's got a
cue ball
decision
2
here.
rails behind the 9.
Either that or you just go for the ball. It's a thin cut. Cue ball's going to come probably into the 10. You have the 7 ball laying for position. Yeah, he took the safety.
Six ball corner pocket.
Is he going to come with another shot? He came with the 5 ball shot.
Oh, he's missed the 6. It's now 2 in a row for Chinese Taipei. They are getting the chances to close it out, George, but it's not happening yet.
Six ball corner pocket.
Oh, you went
I gotta
very
say.
aggressive there.
Yeah, he went for it.
Six ball corner pocket.
And I don't know, after what I've seen, this should be over here.
Yeah, especially now. I think the 6 ball was one of those shots that could definitely be missed. As you could see, he played with that stun follow, and sometimes that just presses the ball a little thicker. But played a good shot. The 8 in front of the side. I agree with you, George. This definitely should be over.
Ten ball corner pocket.
And this is it. This 10 ball will send this team into the loser qualification to get into the final 8. And Chinese Taipei does defeat Vietnam. Heartbreaker of a match. They had the first set and